Hello, I'm Professor Michael Ivey, and I'm working with the Wild Bees Project at Montana State University. And we have enlisted you to help us with this project. Thank you for your help. I'm going to go over a few things that will be involved in doing this project. You will receive, through your teacher, a box of materials that you will need to use. There will be a couple of things you will need to get yourselves, like a container to put water in. But most things will be provided. What you're going to be doing is putting out bowls to collect the bees in around your schoolyard. So the things that are in the box that you will need to pay attention to are a strainer, bee bowls, these are not ice cream bowls, these are bee bowls, and strainer cloths. There's also a container of propylene glycol and a small container of soap, plain old dish soap. You need to find a container approximately a gallon in size that you can put water in, and you add the soap to the water, and then you get the very scientific term soapy water. This is critical. So when you think of your schoolyard, you will think that there's edges to it. Usually in the edges of the schoolyard, there's a place beyond where the yard is mowed, and there's some, for want of a better word, weeds. But for what we're going to call them, bee plants that have flowers on them. We want to know what those bee plants are being visited by. So we put a fake flower out to find out what the bees are doing. So what you'll be doing is they'll be putting out a series of bowls, and in that series of bowls around the schoolyard, it's very, very simple. You simply take the bowl, you put it on the ground, and you take your soapy water, and you put just enough so that there's a good covering of soapy water in the bottom of the bowl. Once you have the bowl in place, you want to look at it and say, is there wind here? And often there is. And put the bowl down in the plants in such a way that it is kind of held in place by the plants so that it can't blow over. Once you have done this around your schoolyard, you're done for the day. Now, it's a day later. So the same time, more or less, the next day, you go out to your bee bowls, and this is what you will see. You will see bees that have come in and landed in the bee bowl, and there will be trapped by the soapy water. This is our sample. You then take the bee bowl and you put a screen cloth in the bottom of your strainer. And you then carefully, while swirling a little bit, pour your sample into the strainer so that now you can see all the bees are in that strained cloth. You do this for all of the bowls into the same cloth. You take the strainer cloth and you pick it up and you put it into a whirl pack. This is called a whirl pack. This is a special kind of plastic bag that can be used for scientific samples and then you put your sample in the bag. You open the whirl pack up, give it a good shake, and it goes to the bottom. Then take some of the preservative, which is called propylene glycol, and you put just a little bit into the container. About that much. Now, the whirl pack has the sample in it, but what is next critical to do is to take your handy sheet of labels, and in anything you're doing in science, record keeping and labeling is critical. This sample will be going into a laboratory with many samples, and we have to know which sample was yours. So you fill out all of the information on the sample sheet. Cut out the label. Fold it once. It's also critical that you use the special pen that is provided when you fill this out, because this pen is India ink and it is impervious and permanent. If you use ballpoint pen or other kinds of pens like markers and such, the ink will dissolve and the label will become unreadable. Then put the sample label into the bag all the way to the bottom on the outside of the sample so that it can be read from outside. Okay, then you want to seal the bag for shipment.